everybody? You are tuned into this week's segment of Durag News. I'm your host, Rich Freeman, coming to you with this week's news. The 2020 primary election is getting closer and closer, but a lot of focus has been on the coronavirus lately, so it has been hard for the candidates to campaign and build awareness. Biden is still in the lead, and he has the most delegates at 1,217, while Sanders is falling short at 914 delegates. Although Biden is in the lead, I don't think he stands a chance against Trump. Let's be serious. After this $2 trillion stimulus package was approved and signed by Trump, I'm sure that's getting him a lot of cool points with many voters. The stimulus bill came at a much needed time because we all needed funds in our pocket, and I'm glad that Congress was able to agree fairly quickly on the bill. But it does make me wonder why reparations is still such a complex thing to figure out. It's been 400 years and we still can't figure out how to pay back what's owed to the descendants of slavery. Come on now, free labor? This $2 trillion stimulus bill took a little more than 2 weeks and it was approved, and it's been over 100 years with discussion of reparations and we still haven't seen any money. I don't like how politicians bring up reparations as a talking point to get voters excited and get everybody hyped to go vote for them. And then when we get closer to election day, all of them have amnesia and forget about it. But don't you worry, we won't forget and we're going to keep letting you know. I'm going to keep bringing it up. Y'all ain't low. That's why I say politics. Stay away from the politics. And now we check in with our meteorologist, Charisse Clima, with the weather. Charisse, what's going on? Charisse, y'all good over there?
Ma, I told you that was Ty's dishes, not mine. I don't care whose dishes were left. Someone's gonna wash them before I...
Charisse, we're about to go live. Get it together. In 5, 4, 3.
Thank you, Rich. Hi, everyone. I'm Charisse Clima, and we're back for another weather update. Man, listen, I'm actually so happy that y'all can't see me right now because, boy, do I look a hot mess. I mean, when we're in a complete lockdown and I can't get my personal needs... My fault, Chris. I was just explaining to the audience what's really happening with me. A crime? But anyway, back to what y'all really came to hear. So, if you're in New York, you will be witnessing low to mid 50s starting tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday will be slightly higher with 11 to 25% chance of rain. So watch out if you decide to exercise. Monday to Wednesday will be seeing some increase in degrees at about a low to mid 60s, but mostly cloudy with a 30 to 35% chance of rain. If you are further north of the city, you will be seeing some Friday morning showers, but the weekend will be mid to high 50s and partly cloudy. And also, like New York, eventually reaching to 60s next week. Best news is probably that, y'all. I mean, thank God for warmer weather, right? Imagine we had this seasonal depression while the damn nation was in this crisis. But let me update you on what's happening in the upper Midwest and Northern Plains. Could be another natural disaster occurring because you guys haven't been saving the earth. That's on y'all. But severe weather began to erupt across the center of the country Saturday with dangers of hail, wind, and tornadoes set to continue this week. And because of this coronavirus occurring at the speed that it is, these temporary testing centers that have been set up outdoors could be at significant risk to this severe weather. And you know, it's funny because I was just about to pack my stuff and go to those states where there's like a population of 10 people, because obviously y'all safe there with your little tumbleweed. But now I better just stay my ass in New York. But what can we do outside with all this weather, y'all? Remember, reuse and recycle, please. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Try harvesting your own vegetables. Feed the animals. I know the bags don't hold the liquor well, but you're saving the earth at 5 cents. And finally, be outside to pick up the garbage left on the earth. I hope y'all learned something today, cause Ma, Tiger said he don't need the dishes cause he's a grown ass man. Say what? Listen, y'all, I gotta go beat my son. So thank you again for tuning in to this week's weather report. I'm your fabulous reporter, Charisse Clima, signing off.
Thank you, Charisse. We appreciate the weather breakdown. And that's what happens when you work from home. You can't really work because all your family gets in your damn nerves. I know it's annoying, but hang in there, sister. I'm sure all of you heard of the Netflix doc Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness, because it's been all the talk in the media. The story takes place in Oklahoma and revolves around Joe Exotic, the millionaire zookeeper. Joe planned to hire someone to kill Carol Baskins, who was an animal rights activist who he had many differences with in the past. Because of the success of the documentary, a Florida sheriff is reopening the cold case and asking for new leads on the disappearance of Carol Baskins' husband, Jack Don Lewis. That disappearance happened back in '87. The court of public opinion says that bitch Carol killed her husband and fed him to the tigers. But we don't know if that's true just yet, so hang in. Let's get more on the report. This documentary, though, is another example of how these docuseries are getting people caught up and locked up. Remember Surviving R. Kelly? The Pied Piper is still behind bars because of that series, and he ain't getting out no time soon. So if Carol is wise, she should just lay low for a little bit. Hell, she might even be on a run by now. Who knows? But I know one thing. Joe Exotic is going to drop another diss track for her ass. Watch.
You can't prosecute, there's just no use. There's nothing left but tiger trap.
The Federal Reserve predicts that the coronavirus will cause unemployment to be as high as 32%. That is higher than what unemployment was during the Great Depression, and that's crazy. 32% is equivalent to about 47 million people out of work. Damn, that's a lot. I don't think anybody's seen this coming going into 2020. We all like 2020 vision clear, and now 2020 vision is looking real f***ed up. What a year it's been so far, right? This is a scary time for some folks. People dying, people out of work, and they selling out of toilet paper everywhere. Goddamn. We're living the plot of a horror film. We should make a movie called Social Distancing. Have Will Smith play the lead role. His main objective in the movie is to collect as many stimulus checks from those who died from the virus because they can't use the money, so Will Smith just takes it. And then he uses that money to invest in a startup toilet paper manufacturing company that creates toilet paper that will wipe your ass, but it also has the cure infused in the toilet paper. Now, you can't tell me that idea ain't fire. I guarantee you people will watch that shit, especially Will Smith. But in all seriousness, luckily, they are projecting that this high unemployment will be short-lived and it won't be too long. Just make sure y'all don't splurge on that stimulus check and y'all stack them chips, or Will Smith is gonna come and snatch your check. That movie's a hit. Social Distancing, right? I wanna watch that. Now, we turn over to our Chi-Town affiliate with the sports news. 40 Millz, what's going on, you?
Thank you, Richard. This is 40 Millz, and I just want to start with I will be the only person doing Durag news from now on, so I really hope you get used to my face. It definitely won't be as funny, but we're gonna make it work. All right, so first up, I really thought we should bring in this one thing that I found very interesting about sports, is that athletes have this like weird obsession with rituals like before games. So I wanted to bring out some of the top rituals that people have, and we're only going to do like one per episode. So we're going to start off with this one guy, and this I think will really take the cake. His name is Lotto Machado. He's an MMA fighter, and he drinks his own pee before a match. You really can't beat that. The only ritual I had was like, I don't think I had one. I probably always had to like put on my knee, like my knee sleeves or something like that, like my knee pad sleeves. So there's some weird things out here that's happening. Some weird things, and I can't wait to unfold the rest of them. All right, and with that, we are still in quarantine. If you didn't know, get back in the house because this is not the time to be all rebellious. There's like 14 plus cases just in sport. All right, so we have 3 clips for the day. Started with number 3. We have this axe thrower who throws 2 axes like almost simultaneously, sorta, kinda. But like it's so cool. He doesn't look at one of them. Up next we have number 2. And number 2 is this guy sets up his own track meet at home. And this is perfect. I love like all these homemade sports things that are going on right now. I mean, like what else do we have, right? But he sets up this sports track meet at home. Here we go. You just really have to see it. And number 1, this is my favorite, especially because I have been playing a lot of NBA 2K20. But these cats, they freaking throw a CD into their Xbox from like couch view, and this other guy golf putts a disc into his Xbox. Very dangerous. I don't advise it because what if it breaks? But also super cool. Yeah, and that's all we have for you right now. I'll definitely bring up some new things. I can't wait to share these rituals because these things are out of line. Honestly, out of line. And thank you so much, Richard. Back to you.
Thank you, 40. I know ain't shit really going on in the sports world due to the Roni, but I'm glad you're staying safe and quarantined. Keep that hand sanitizer on deck, girl. A Florida pastor by the name of Rodney Howard Brown was arrested on Monday for keeping his megachurch open during this time of social distancing. The sheriff says that the pastor intentionally and repeatedly defied emergency orders and put hundreds of churchgoers at risk. He faces 2 charges of unlawful assembly and violation of public health rules. The pastor sat in jail for a whopping 40 minutes and posted bail at $500. And I heard he used Sunday's collection plate to pay that bail. So in actuality, the arrest wasn't so bad and the pastor still made his money from the tithes and offering. He's probably thinking, $500, 40 minutes in jail? That ain't nothing. We making that back 100 times 10. So for him, it was worth keeping the mega church open. But for us, it is time to close up shop. Thank you to all the viewers of Durag News. I'm your host, Rich Freeman, coming to you with the news every damn week. Keep that Durag energy, y'all. See you next week.
I wanna make it TV.